good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Sir Meerkat, and welcome back to the Moto Meerkat channel, and welcome to another episode of the ChatterBox Podcast. Now, in last week's episode, we had a fantastic little natter with Alexander Rossi, and the insights he gave into the differences between American racing and European racing was second to none. But today's guest, although just a little bit younger, I'm sure will be just as insightful into the motor racing world. So today, we've managed to secure a driver who has recently moved up from Formula 3 and will be driving for ART in Formula 2 this coming year. So please welcome Theo Pourchaire. How are you doing today, my friend?
Perfect. I'm fine. Thank you for the invite. Really happy to be here. So yeah.
That's awesome, man. No, thank you very much for being on and giving up your time to have a little natter with me today. Whereabouts are you talking to me from?
So now I'm in Le Mans because my school is in Le Mans in France. Doing some school, preparing myself also at the gym physically, mentally, and also working with ART as much as possible.
Very nice, very nice. And of course, in France, there's no lockdown, so still able to go to the gym and get some gains. Exactly. Very nice to see. Very nice. Very nice. But speaking of France, we'll move swiftly on to the interview. Speaking of France, that is, of course, where you began your racing career. And like most, you competed in Go-Karts from 2012 until 2017. So can you firstly talk us through how you ended up trying out a kart for yourself, and then give the viewers sort of an overview of your karting career, as you were pretty successful, weren't you?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I started go-karts at the age of 3 years old, so I was really, really young.
Whoa!
And then I started, in France. I'm 3 times French champion in the small categories. Then of course I did third in the World Karting Championship in 2016 in OK Junior. I did also some OK Senior, and I did quite about I think 7 years of karting, of go-karts. So it was a good karting career, and of course every racing driver has to start from go-karts. I think it's the starting line of a great career, and this is where I learned a lot of things that are helping me today. So it was a good karting career, and now today in Formula 2. So yeah, I'm really proud.
Yeah, you definitely should be, mate. Yeah, your career record is quite amazing. But back in karting, what would you say was your favorite thing about karting, and how would you compare proper competitive kart racing to proper competitive car racing? What would you say would be the main sort of differences between the two?
To be honest, it's quite different. I mean, go-karts, it's more wheel-to-wheel racing with more contacts. It's cool. In one way, it's cool. In the other way, I think I prefer single-seater because I don't know, the racing. The car are faster. The tracks are better. It's different, but. Go-karts, it's really cool. You can push each other a bit in the straight. You can, it's where you learn all the most important things for your career, or to race, or to take a good start, or to manage the stress. And it's quite different. But you need to do some go-karts for sure to have a good racing career.
Definitely. Everyone should try out go-karts if they can. I've done a little bit myself, but not quite up to your level. I think it's probably, we could probably agree on that. So after go-karting, you've basically been on a fast track to Formula 1 since then, really. So you started your first Formula sort of championship in 2018, and you're now racing in the second highest tier in 2021. That is crazy, honestly, man. Huge respect for that. But what was the incentive to move up from go-karting to French F4, and how did you end up finding that transition?
Sure, yeah. It's not that easy to go from go-karts to Formula 4 because, for sure you learn a lot of things in go-karts, but the driving is really different between a go-kart and a racing car like Formula 4. So yeah, I needed to learn a lot of new things, and this was not easy. But I did a great season in 2018, finishing third of French F4 and junior champion for sure. It's different. I in go-kart, I was only in OK junior and OK senior, so it was only rolling starts.
Right.
In a single seater in F4, French
Okay.
F4 it was the standing starts, new things like that. It's difficult to learn when I was only 14 years old or 15 years old. I don't remember, but I was really young, so it was difficult to learn that. Yeah, every time there was also a city track that was Po. I
Right.
crashed there. I crashed. So, it's part of the job to learn all those new things, and but it's not easy. And I will remember for sure all my life this transition between go-karts and Formula 4.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely a very difficult change, especially as you said at such a young age. Like the steep learning curve between that is insane. What would you say would be the most like specific bit that was difficult? Because I was thinking while you were saying there, would it probably be the aero? Because I mean, obviously a kart doesn't have any aero, and then suddenly jumping into a Formula 4 that doesn't quite have Formula 1 capabilities of aero, but still does have some there.
Yeah, sure. Well, there is a lot of things different, but for sure the aero is one of the biggest thing. And I was struggling with that at the beginning because I was scared to go really, really fast in the fast corners. But in single seater, when you go faster in a corner, the car has more downforce and you have more grip. But at the beginning, it's really difficult to understand that coming from go-karts. Yeah, so there is a lot of things like that, but for sure the aero, I think it's the main difference.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. So you were very successful in your junior formulas. So yeah, as you said, you won junior French F4, you won ADAC F4, and then suddenly you're in F3 on the world stage, and you still weren't phased there, coming second in Formula 3 Championship in 2020. Can you give us some insight into your season last year? So like the suspense that was caused by COVID onto, well, everyone's racing career, and then you eventually getting back out on track, smashing it out of the park, and of course your incredible title fight between yourself, Logan, and Oscar.
Yeah, sure. It was a crazy season last year.
Absolutely crazy. It was
For,
brilliant to
for
watch, mate. Brilliant to watch.
Thank you. Yeah, sure. It was really cool, to have a great battle until the end of the championship. And yeah, it was a difficult season because with the COVID, nobody drove a race car for like I don't know 4 or 5 months. So everyone was at home doing nothing or just sport or yeah. So coming in Austria for the first race was really difficult for me to learn the new championship, to learn again the new car, even if we did the Bahrain test. It was so difficult and yeah, I didn't score any points. I didn't score any point the first race weekend, but then directly the second race weekend, I won a race. And, that was the most important thing for me to learn as much as possible and to, always improve myself race after race, weekend after weekend, because I knew coming from Formula 4, it was not going to be easy. But I think yeah, I did a really good championship and finishing vice champion, only 3 points behind Oscar was really good. And I also at the end of the year doing six podium in no 5 podium in 6 races or something like that. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good, and
Wow.
I'm really really happy about this last season. So yeah.
Oh, mate, you definitely should be. It's incredible. Yeah, the feat that you showed, as you say, not only having a few months out, you're then jumping into completely new machinery, like a different set of tracks that you're visiting. Like, absolutely amazing to jump straight in and do that well, mate. It's incredible. But like you said, getting that first win at the second round of the season, what did that feel like? Crossing the line and being like, "Oh my god, I've just won! I've just won!"
Yeah, it was a crazy feeling, to be honest. All the race I was P3 behind Jake Hughes and Liam Lawson, and then they crashed together, and I was
That
on
must
the
have felt pretty
radio.
good.
Yeah, sure. I was on the radio with my engineer, and I was telling him I was asking him, is the race going to restart? And I was like really stressed. I had a lot of stress because starting P1, if the race would have restarted, it would have been really hard with Logan behind me. But then, yeah, I won the race, just won the race. So it was an incredible feeling. I don't know what to say. When I remember that, it was a crazy feeling, and as well to be the youngest ever winner in F3. It's amazing. I mean, it's really good. So
yeah, mate, that's just incredible. Honestly, fair play. I can't congratulate you enough in only a half an hour chat. But yeah, of course, really enjoyed watching you racing on TV this year. And your early call up to Formula 2 was also fantastic to see as well. You completed 4 races with BWT HWA Race Lab. How did you find that swift move up from Formula 3 to Formula 2? And what would you say is the biggest difference between those 2 series or the 2 cars that you use in each series?
Yeah, it was not easy to arrive in the championship in the last 2 races when everyone did the full season. So it was not easy for me. But yeah, the main difference between F3 and F2, I would say, is the turbo lag on the F2. When you put throttle on, you have nothing. And then boom, the turbo is here. Exactly. And there is a lot of power. The car is really powerful. And it's really good, to drive. As well, the big tires, the big wheels is quite different. The car is quite oversteering in the fast corner. And you cannot really predict the balance of the car when you're coming through the corner. It's difficult, to predict, and but it's really good, and I really enjoyed the 2 race week, and yeah, I learned a lot. That's the most important thing. So yeah.
Yeah, that's good. You learned a lot and more that you can take into next year. But oh my God, that's crazy. You're saying you're barreling into corners at like over 100 miles an hour saying, I don't really know what the car's going to do here, but we'll see what happens.
Exactly.
Mate,
that's crazy.
You're crazy. That's amazing, mate. Well, again, I can't congratulate you enough on the achievements that you've had already. But that's about all the questioning from me today, sir. However, the fans are not quite done yet. So you guys out there have sent in your questions for Theo on my Instagram and on my Twitter. Links to both are in the description if you want to give me a follow to ask any sort of future guests. So, Theo, would you be willing to answer a few of their queries?
Sure.
Awesome. So, at F1 Zoe on Twitter asks, when you make it to F1, what number do you plan on taking and why?
Okay, that's a nice question. So my number since the beginning, since my karting career, since everything, I see this number everywhere. I don't know why, and it's the number 21. It's my number. It's like this. I don't know. I see it everywhere, and that's a good sign, I think. And yeah, that's my number. So yeah, I would choose number 21.
Love to see it, mate. And funnily enough, 21 is also my racing number. So,
okay.
There we go, mate. Clearly, it's just destined. This interview was clearly just meant to be. So next question. At Toby_59 on Twitter asks, if Formula 2 could race at any track this year, which track would you like it to be and why?
Difficult.
Maybe
a lot of choice, but I think Austin or Brazil, Sao Paulo.
Okay.
I don't really know. It's good racing tracks. Austin is really good, and I'm a bit hungry. That F3 is going to USA, and F2 we are not going to USA. I wanted to go there, so yeah, but it's like that.
Oh, how frustrating, mate. I'm sure you'll be in Formula 1 in no time, mate, and then you'll definitely get into Austin, so that's fine. It's chill. Very nice. Yeah, so Austin. And not what I think people would have thought you might have chosen, not one of people's kind of favourites in the Formula 1 sort of scene, but nice, an outside one. I like it. And obviously, famously, where the guy did the meow on the mic.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that.
That was so funny, so funny. Right, at Mayerd Hermia _2005 on Instagram. I hope I pronounced that right. It might be Mayerd Hermia. Who knows? They asked, who is your F1 idol? Obviously, with you being French, the first name that comes to mind is Alain Prost. But if it isn't him, then who is it?
Yeah, sure. As a French driver, for sure, Alain Prost is an idol for me, for all the French drivers. But yeah, I really like for sure Lewis Hamilton. What he's doing, it's incredible as well. I really like Sebastian Vettel for sure. He's in difficult times, not on
With
the
losing his
podium.
hair, yeah.
Yeah, as well. I saw that. I saw that. And yeah, difficult times for Seb, but I really like him. Sebastian and Lewis Hamilton for me, yeah, they are both great drivers and just inspirational. So yeah, I really like both of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. No, very good, very good. Final question. At Shadow Macker on Instagram asks, what do you do in your downtime in the paddock?
So there is quite a lot of things to do. First, a lot of work with the engineers, a lot of data, a lot of work with mechanics engineers, as well with my physio, for my body to do some stretch, to do some, some rest. And then, I'm on my phone most of the time, listening music and watching social media, trying to answer the question on social media. And sometimes it can be really, really long, so it's a bit boring, but I try to do some things.
Yeah, no, that's cool. What's your favorite app? What's your go-to when you're sat there at the circuit? Are you more of a YouTube guy, or are you more TikTok? What are we thinking?
Actually, I like both of those applications. I really like YouTube for sure. YouTube is a really good application, but I really like as well TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram for sure. Social media I really like. It's good to speak with people because they are watching the races on TV, so they are supporting me, and this is good. To see the messages and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's always nice to see encouraging messages, isn't it, on social media? But yeah, it can be difficult sometimes. Some people are just not very nice, but try and weed them out. They can go away. But when you're on social media, I've kind of just gone back to my own question now again. We finished the fan questions now. With social media, I was genuinely just wondering, do you use it as, sorry, when you're on it, is it all about racing as well? Is it just sort of an addition to all the racing stuff that's in your life? Or is it kind of, you like to use it as an escape from the racing stuff and you watch completely other topics on sort of YouTube and TikTok and things like
that? Yes, well, for sure I use it also for the racing side, for putting some things on social media to put my results, put what I'm doing, but I really like also to use it as an escape, to watch, anything else from racing. I don't have any things to tell you, but any ideas to tell you. But I watch a lot of things on social media, and this is really good. Sometimes you have to not think too much about racing and to escape a bit from that world, to rest a bit, and then you come back stronger, and that's good.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to give yourself a break sometimes away from it all. But when you are, of course, apart from the Moto Meerkat YouTube channel, obviously, I know you're an avid subscriber of this channel. Are there any Formula One motorsport channels that you particularly enjoy? I know they'd quite like to know if you do enjoy them, or do you kind of more stay away from them? We don't like them.
No, I like them, but I don't really follow Formula One channels or something like that. Yeah, I'm more into basketball channels or things like that. I really like other sports as well.
Gotcha.
Well, for sure, Formula One is motorsports is the best sport for me. It's my sport, so it would never change. But I try to follow other sports like soccer, basketball, as well. there will be the Super Bowl Sunday, so I will be watching. I'm really a big fan of sports, so I try to watch a bit everything.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good, mate. Yeah, keep the options open. But obviously, motor racing is the top tier. Like, you're never going to beat that, really, are we? But yeah, that's fantastic. It's been brilliant to chat with you today, sir. Some fantastic insight into your career. What is the sort of plan for the future? What's your sort of ambitions for the upcoming season?
Yeah, I know Formula 2 is the most challenging and the most competitive feeder series, or even I think the most competitive championship with Formula 1. And yeah, I will be the youngest. I will be for sure the youngest, and I know it will be really, really complicated, but as always, I want to win. I always want to win. I'm doing a championship to win, but it's going to be hard. For me, the objective is to give everything, is to be proud of me, to be proud of the team, to give everything. For sure, a top 5 would be great. Top 3, it's perfect to dream about Formula 1. Top 3 for sure. When you're doing a top 3, you can dream about Formula 1. And yeah, for sure to win, it's the best option. I would like to win, so I'm going to do everything to win.
Good to hear that, mate. I wish you all the best. I'm sure, well, seeing from your previous championships that you've done in your career, it's looking pretty good, mate. It's looking pretty good. So I wish you all the best. Looking like you could do well. And I look forward to, well, we'll definitely see you in Formula 1 very soon. Definitely. So hopefully, we look forward to that. But yeah, thank you very much for chatting with me today. Just to finish off as the final question, is there anything you'd like to sort of say just to any fans of you out there who are watching or listening? I know I did see when I was asking on social media, there were a couple of sort of Theo Pourchaire fan pages who were very excited I was going to be having this chat. So what would you like to say to them?
Well, a big thank you to them. I'm really happy, to have all those people supporting me. And it's amazing because, in Formula 4, I was nobody. I'm still nobody, but it's good, to have more and more people supporting me. And I'm really grateful to this, to have all those people. I see the messages on social media, on the races and everything. And it's really, really good. So I just want to thank all of them, and I hope they will continue to support me.
Yeah, man. You're certainly not a nobody. You're a Formula 2 racing driver, so come on, give yourself some credit. But that's awesome. Again, I wish you the best of luck, mate. Thank you very much for chatting with me today. And also, thank you all so much for watching or listening to another episode of the ChatterBox Podcast. If you did enjoy it, be sure to drop a like on the video down below. If you're listening on another sort of app, be sure to follow us so you don't miss any future episodes, and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well so you don't miss any other motorsport content that I'm doing all over this shop. But otherwise, I'll see all of you meerkats later. Goodbye, guys. Ciao.